bubble.
Stay by for gun 5, you're back.
Hanging on 5!
Fire 5.
Russian nuclear-capable strategic bombers have flown a rare mission around the Korean Peninsula, at the same time as the United States and South Korea conduct joint military exercises that have infuriated Pyongyang. Russia, which has said it is strongly against any unilateral U.S. military action on the peninsula, said Tupolev 95 MS bombers, code-named Bears by NATO, had flown over the Pacific Ocean, the Sea of Japan, the Yellow Sea and the East China Sea, prompting Japan and Seoul to scramble jets to escort them. Moscow said the bombers had been accompanied by Sukhoi 35S fighter jets and A-50 early warning and control aircraft. The A-50s, the Russian equivalent of the Boeing E-3 Sentry AWACS aircraft, are designed to track aerial and ground targets at a long range, among other capabilities. The strategic long-range bombers were refueled in mid-air during the mission, and that during parts of the route they had been escorted by South Korean and Japanese military jets. Russia, which shares a border with North Korea, has repeatedly voiced concerns about rising tensions on the Korean Peninsula caused by Pyongyang's nuclear missile program, and has also complained about possible plans by Japan to deploy a U.S. anti-missile system on its soil.
South Korean Foreign Minister Kang Kyung-hwa is in Moscow for talks with her Russian counterpart Sergei Lavrov. Top of her agenda is seeking cooperation from a powerful partner in dealing with North Korea. And while she's there, Seoul's top diplomat is also tasked with laying the groundwork for President Moon's visit to Vladivostok next month for a summit with President Putin. Connie Kim starts us off.
South Korea continues to make diplomatic efforts to resolve North Korea's nuclear weapons issue as South Korean Foreign Minister Kang Kyung-hwa embarked on her first visit to Russia on Thursday. During her 3-day visit to one of the few nations that can still exert sizable pressure on Pyongyang, Minister Kang will look into setting the stage for President Moon Jae-in's first visit to Vladivostok early next month, where he's scheduled to attend the Eastern Economic Forum and sit down with Russian President Vladimir Putin. Seoul's top diplomat is also expected to ask Moscow to be more active in reining in Pyongyang's nuclear ambitions.
When it comes to North Korea, Russia is on the same page with South Korea. Sanctions, pressure, and dialogue must go together. As such, there will be discussions on follow-up measures to UN Security Council Resolution 2371.
Kang's departure timing, which falls on the day South Korea and China mark their 25th anniversary of establishing diplomatic relations, has also become a topic of discussion as there have been voices of concern that her absence during the milestone occasion reflects frayed Seoul-Beijing relations.
Sending Vice Foreign Minister Im Song-nam to the event shows that we value relations with Beijing. I told Vice Minister Im to relay the message that both countries should continue communicating on thorny issues while evaluating the two countries' 25 years of ties.
While many agree that patching up frayed bilateral relations with Beijing is highly unlikely this year, experts say Seoul's outreach to Moscow is a key strategic move in putting a brake to North Korea's nuclear weapons development. Connie Kim, Arirang News.
U.S. Army Garrison Japan full-scale exercise was conducted in collaboration with various units on the installation and local firefighters from both Sagamihara and Zama cities. The four-day exercise was designed to evaluate the participants' response to a variety of hazards and disaster scenarios.
Well, the importance of having a full-scale exercise, it's really our time to test what we're going to do. It's all about being ready, and it's about us being able to respond in the event that we need to respond, whether that's a natural disaster or that's a security incident or any other incident called upon. And if you don't get out and practice, you don't really know how you're going to do it. So it's our opportunity to learn from our mistakes, learn from what we did well, and apply it next year with the overarching goal of supporting our community.
The training included numerous activities involving firefighters to evaluate their response to chemical, biological, radiological, and nuclear defense, also known as CBRN, as well as a joint mass casualty exercise in conjunction with local fire departments from both Sagamihara and Zama cities. This training also helped assess the soldiers and civilians from the Directorate of Emergency Services and their ability to handle a wide variety of hazardous scenarios.
When anything bad happens, that's what's going to get us through it. Us coming together as a community to respond to it, that we're talking to each other, that we're communicating the right message to each other, and doing it as a team. So teamwork is the most important thing that I think our first responders need to get out of this week.
During a crisis, people are going to be stressed, things are going to be crazy, and you never know. You never can plan for every eventuality, but what you can plan for is that working relationship, that communication that you establish, both with our host nation partners and with our fellow services, and within the Army itself, to make sure that we can react, keep ourselves calm, and get the support to the places where that support is needed.
More than 100 personnel, both on and off the installation, participated in the exercise designed to improve organizational coordination and communication within the garrison and other units.
What's most important about this exercise is our ability to practice what we're going to do in the event of a real incident. It's also an opportunity for individuals and family members to figure out what their plan is. And so next month is National Preparedness Month, the month of September. And during that month, we're going to talk about having a kit, making a plan, and being informed. Exercises like this help us be ready, and that's what it's all about.
From U.S. Army Garrison Japan Public Affairs, I'm Kevin Kreitzauer.